Yes, people, and welcome back to Normski TV and the What's Going On podcast. Good to be back. Bro, what a day. Yesterday was mad. The transfer window we're going to be talking about, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, Man United, Newcastle making it into a final in 40-odd years. And they're going to be facing Man United in the Carabao Cup, so that will be an interesting game. Guys, please hit that like button, subscribe and share if you're new. As I said, we're on the road to 300. We had a fantastic show last week. Hopefully we'll have a great show this week. As I said, we're going to be talking all things football. The transfer window, the window now is closed. That closed at 11 o'clock yesterday. Are you happy with your transfer dealings? People in the chat, are you happy with your transfer dealings? Now, for me, I've got mixed views. It could have worked out nice, but bro, and Chelsea, well, listen, right, we'll come and talk about that right now because they are going on like some madman with regards to their spending. Over £600 million in 2 transfer windows. Absolutely ridiculous. But listen, you need to get the guys on. There's a couple of guys that are going to come in on a bit later, but I've got 2 people waiting in the background, ready to come on and say hi to our viewers. So guys, again, please hit that like button, smash that like button, subscribe and share if you're new, as I said, on the road to 300. So let me, without further ado, introduce Mr. Big D and Mr. Kofi Klopp. Guys, how are we doing today?
Yeah, man, doing good, bro. Doing good.
Yeah, doing good.
Big game tonight?
Yep.
Big game tonight? Yeah, because Forest's going to fancy it. They're going to fancy it or give it a go anyway. So,
well, you're pretty much in there, though, innit? I mean,
yeah. Listen, man,
you're pretty much in the finals. That's that. I mean, I jumped the gun, but come on, man.
It was what
3-0. You beat them 3-0 away.
3-1.
Was it? Did it 3-1? So was it 3?
I can't remember now. Norm, you got me thinking there. Maybe not. Hold on.
Was it 3-1?
League Cup. Oh no, it was 3-0. In my mind, I thought they scored. You know.
Yeah,
never mind. No. Another game.
No. That would have probably been the Southampton game you was thinking about. Big up to Craig. Yeah. How you doing, brother?
Yes, Craig. What are you saying, bro?
Yeah. So listen, you're pretty much. I can't see your boys doing anything.
Yeah, we want. If you throw that way, we want a good beating, innit?
Yeah, definitely. You're one foot.
One foot in the final. Yeah.
1 foot in the final, mate. And
then Old Trafford tonight. So
yeah. What a final that's going to be. I would expect nothing but a win tonight. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the team news ain't out at the moment, are they?
No, I checked it about 10 minutes ago. There's nothing.
Yeah. So do you think it will go with a strong side?
I hope not.
Right, yeah, because
and the thing is, I say it, but then I got to be mindful that fans that probably can only go once or twice a season want to see their best team as well. So I do get that if you start strong and then pulls everybody after 45 minutes, then I'm okay with that as well.
Because listen, but it's so I mean, it's so congested with your games. I mean, as I said, you play today and then you play on. Is it Saturday? Or Sunday.
I think we are Saturday, maybe.
So it's kind of mad. Yeah, big up to Mrs. J.
Yeah, 3 o'clock Saturday.
To the people.
Yeah. Yes, Jay.
Who you got? Who you playing Saturday? Who you got? Do you know?
Palace at home.
You should win that.
Palace at home.
Definitely. No, mind you. No, saying that.
But you know what? The brothers
might give you some trouble now that he's gone.
That's what I'm saying. The brothers always give us some. They give us a good game. Palace always.
Now that Lukongo's gone there under Patrick.
Has he got? He's gone there already.
Yeah, he's gone there on loan, bro. He's gone there on loan. So, bro, you know what I mean? Under Patrick's tutelage. And listen, he's got to be one of the best midfielders in the world, Patrick Vieira. And
I expect a physical game, though. I expect a physical game, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they've got bare brothers in there, man, so they're going to come to fight, you know what I'm saying?
absolutely. But listen, let me, first of all, go to you, Big D, and just say, officially, how are we doing?
Yeah, we're doing okay, matey. Busy weekend as always, but I was over in Wolverhampton, Black Tie Affair for my bishop, who's going to Willesden. So we gave him a great send off. About 400 people, man. Roadblock.
Wow.
Yeah, man. And people came out, man. I've never seen so much thighs in the church. You know the ones. I was twist up. Me and Sheena were like, wow, there were some real outfits there, boy. I mean, the guys, right? The guys are in the. I mean, I've gone black tie, but some of the dresses had you kind of going, rah.
You had to go there, didn't you? Bro, behave yourself, man, yeah?
But it was a great evening, though. A great evening for my Bishop Jonathan Jackson. So big him up.
Yeah.
And
cool.
He starts first of. Oh, it started yesterday. First of the month.
Yeah. Interesting.
Wilson,
I'll have to catch up with a couple of the Wilson boys to see how things are.
But I think his first Sunday will be Sunday coming. So he's in the job now. So.
As you can see, Craig has got in there. Granit Xhaka and Georgina combined pace on FIFA of 50.
Is it? Oh my gosh.
So work that one out, yeah? 25, 25. Listen, I'm going to come on to Jorginho. I've been at it with my mate Ian all day today concerning Jorginho and whether he's a good buy for us. So we are going to be rating our transfer windows and looking at how we done in the window yesterday. Chelsea, I said, they're just going on right now like, boy, like there's no tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Todd Bowley just going in there, just slapping them with their wallet and say, yo, I'll have him. Yep. Know what I mean? No. The spend has been crazy. The spend is absolutely crazy.
The
spend is absolutely crazy. What's he saying? Kangaroo jump that like button. Yeah. Right, now listen, Kofi, how are you doing?
Doing well. What can I say? Look, my team we're under the waves. We're deep in water at the moment. So
yeah. You're just keeping your head above water right now.
Just popping our head up and going back down deeper.
But other than that, other than them putting you through the ringer, how are you though mentally? Yeah, because this club, I'm telling you, man. I mean, football in general puts us through some kind of mental stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Nah, life is good so far. You know.
Yeah.
You gotta just keep racking on and keep going.
Yeah. Absolutely. Hopefully, Ez will be joining us not too long from now. Also, I'm not too sure. Chile will probably be joining us later. If I did send you the link, and Jason will be coming up again. He said he wants to come on. So listen, he'll be coming on about 7. So cool. I'm sure Jason and Jason in his dry sense of humor cutting. Yeah, he was cutting last week. Yeah, I saw Kofi feeling when Jason said, "What Liverpool? Who are they?"
You know what? You know what the funny thing was? Sheena logged on for a little while. I said when she logged on, she said she swore it was Ian. That's how much they look alike now. It was because even when he came on, I went, "Bro, I thought that was Ian." You know,
I need to get San Francisco Guna on.
Man.
I do need to get him on. So if you're out there, Ian, in San Francisco, come on, man. I'm going to send you the link. You need to come on. We need to review this Arsenal thing, man. It's a mad thing going on right now. But listen, we're top of the league, 5 points clear with a game in hand. I'm riding a crest of a wave, and I'm loving it. Right. Welcome, Ian. Big up to you. Yeah, Ian.
Yes, Ian.
You know, me and Ian have been going at it all today. He's been sending me links of Jorginho. Listen, as I said, Jorginho, ex-Ballon d'Or nominee, won the European Cup with Italy. Of Brazilian heritage, but obviously lives in Italy. I'm assuming. So yeah. Big up to my sister Anne. How you doing? Good to have you on. Good to have you on. Yeah, it's going to be a good show tonight. So listen, let's just quickly run through the show tonight. So basically, we're going to be looking at the FA Cup and the review and the player ratings. Actually, when I said it to you, I said FA Cup preview. It's actually review. Ref watch. There was a couple of contentions, especially that Liverpool game. Kofi, 2 of your players. I don't know if they should have been on the pitch. Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that. We'll come to that in a minute. We'll come to that. Yeah. And then there was that offside situation when we played Man City in the FA Cup, where Saka didn't even touch the ball. There could have been a chance that he could have let her go. And Nketiah picked up the ball. He wasn't interfering in play. Yet they give that goal for Man United. with Rashford and Bruno. Do you know what I mean? What's the difference? Again, referee VAR decisions, absolutely a joke. Yeah.
Did he go to the screen in that game?
No. They just ruled it and said it thing.
The thing is, right, it's almost like the referees now, you got to the middle of the season, you saw it a lot in the World Cup as well. It's like they're very reluctant to go to the screen.
Yeah.
Because I suppose the stadiums that have it, are they not supposed to show that decision on the screen? As in show what the referee's seeing to the fans, and a lot of pressure there now. So you find that the referees don't want the pressure of going to the screen. So they're just going to be in the all right, make a call. Like go look at it, bro. Go and have a look. You know.
No doubt. Listen, no doubt. They'll do another review, and come the summer. They're going to change rules and laws and whatever. For me, it doesn't really matter. Do you know what I mean?
There should be a standard, Norman, with VAR.
Yeah, should absolutely.
Like across the world or across Europe, if you doesn't matter, go and look at the screen, because this is what they do in the American sports. Because there's so much money involved now that you can't afford to just say, "Well, the guys in the studio think that it was or whatever." Now you're the one officiating the game. Go to the screen, talk to the guys while you're at the screen, and say, "This is what I'm seeing. Why aren't you seeing that?" And then you make a decision. But not to go to the screen is criminal.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's the inconsistency in VAR and the whole refereeing thing. It needs a complete revamp, but boy, it's falling on deaf ears right now. The third item is the pool. We're fighting on 4 fronts last season. Is their season now in tatters? Yeah, that's the question I'm asking you, the panel, and you, the guests. The pool, we're fighting on 4 fronts last season, Mr. Kofi Klopp, or Mr. Kofi, you never walk alone.
I considered this week.
Well, we'll touch on that. We'll touch on it. So we'll come to that. I'm just going through. Just have that in the thoughts. Have that in your mind. Have that in your mind. And basically, I'm going to be asking you how your rating was for the transfer window. What do you give it out of 10? And we're going to be doing our What's Going On Prediction League game week 20. So be looking out for those games that are coming up this weekend, pivotal games. So look out for that. I'm going to be asking for your predictions later on in the show. So let's get started on. First of all, last week Wednesday, your team, whilst he was on the show, I'm sure Jason was on the show at the time when you guys. I think actually Nottingham Forest scored, but no, you scored first, and then Nottingham Forest scored, and then it got ruled out. It got ruled offside, but you end up winning that game 3-0 away to Nottingham Forest. I say you got a big. I say big game. Yeah, it's a big game because listen, you win that, you're in the Carabao Cup final to face Newcastle. You got basically 1 foot. In the final. I can't see you going wrong on this one. Do you know what I mean?
No.
You know what I mean? You know, unless Man United go down to 5
minutes. And I think if they mess this up, I think you ground them. I think you take a whole month.
I can't. Listen, there's just no way. There's no way. You know what I mean?
I mean, even if he goes weak, Norm, even if he goes with a weakened side, you should be able to defend the 3-0 lead at home to Forest. Let's not be silly now. You know?
Is this your first final in what? How many years?
So
now?
It's the first one since Mourinho. So 2017, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's 17. Yeah,
and I know.
Yeah, because 17 was we won the Europa League with Mourinho and something else he won. I can't remember whether it was this one or they won the FA Cup.
The Carabao
again.
Yeah.
So we've had a bit of a Wembley drought, to say the least.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Obviously,
well, listen. You called it at the start of the season. I think you're probably better off than you thought you was, because you were saying fifth or sixth. You said you'd like a cup. You know, let's see. I mean, obviously Newcastle. That's their first time being in a cup final in 40 odd years.
Yeah,
it's going to be an interesting game.
And the thing is,
be an interesting game.
As you know, they do defend well. They've got a great goalkeeper. So a Wembley final is not going to be a pushover against Newcastle.
No.
But I do expect to have the quality to beat them still.
Yeah, but the atmosphere is going to be crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be
atmosphere.
Their fans are nuts.
Yeah, 2 big clubs.
Yeah,
when I say clubs that are well supported. You know, clubs. You're going to just bring in Ez now. He's just joined the show.
Yeah. I think it's going to be gold as well, isn't it?
What you might find as Ez joins the panel, his phone might still be pinging off. So excuse, you know.
Man like Ez, when you say
look at the big smile on this brother's face. Look at him. Just coming with the biggest smile. Yeah?
Listen.
And the man had the audacity to send me ping.
Listen, man. How's everyone doing, man? How's everyone?
Yeah, man. It was nice, man. Nice.
That's the main.
We're doing all right. We're doing all right, man.
That's the main.
We could be better. Yeah, we could be better if we didn't have any mercenaries in the Premier League. Yeah, we're okay. We're doing fine. We're doing fine. But so just before we continue with talking about our Newcastle and Man United, Ez, how you doing, mate?
Listen,
I don't need to ask actually, but
this we're all football fans and it's not meant to be too serious, But I have a short story.
Okay, here we go.
You see, yesterday evening I was sitting here watching Sky Sports,
yeah,
and I don't know if anyone follows Fabrizio, but he was doing a live sort of thing.
Follow him on Twitter. Yeah, I did.
And I thought, you know what, this Enzo thing hasn't been announced, so I said to my wife, if we sign Enzo, I'll take her to any restaurant she wants to go to. Any she can see any of them she wants to go.
I bet she was rubbing her hands together.
Ritz, innit?
Then a light bulb moment came. There's an Argentinian restaurant about 20 minutes down the road, and Enzo's from Argentina.
That's right. World Cup winner.
We went there and we watched the announcement in the restaurant. Look at that. That's when you asked me how I was. Yeah.
Oh my God! A match made in heaven. Yeah, made in heaven.
Historic living the dream.
Historic moment. Yeah.
Living the dream. You better hope that this thing doesn't fall apart. That's what I'm gonna say.
The other side of it, I've just got to live it whilst it's good. You get me?
Right, bro. And it's some money that you guys have spent, but we will go into that when we're rating our window because this is unprecedented. The money that this club has spent. Somebody was saying that the money that they spent in 2 seasons, transfer windows, could buy West Ham, the club, West Ham.
Wow. Buy the whole club.
Right?
Wow.
Buy the whole club. That's the money that these guys, they've got in something like, in total, over 2 windows, something like 18, 19 players. I don't know how it's all going to work. Ez might be able to enlighten us on that, what he thinks, who's going to go, who's going to keep. Going to be interesting, really going to be interesting. But we'll come to that when we talk about how we rate our transfer window. So just getting back to the Newcastle Man United game, it's going to be, listen, as I said, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion. I think Man United will make the final. The fans, Man United and the Newcastle fans. I mean, last night when I saw the amount, I mean, Newcastle now is a daunting place to go now.
Yeah. There's no guaranteed 3 points.
We suffered last season. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. But listen, we'll see if Newcastle will get their first cup. In a very, very long time. It's going to be a great game. Going to be looking forward to it. And to be honest, there's a little soft spot that says I want Newcastle to win. Sorry about that.
Of course, the whole country wants Newcastle to win. And I'm okay with that, I'm okay with that because you have to expect that. The Man United hate Israel. You're going to have to expect that. And I think because there's been such an agenda for Ten Hag to fail, him to get to a final in his first season, the press don't like that. Trust me, they don't like that. They wanted him to struggle and trip himself up and then eventually figure it out. But he's so rigid with his mentality and hopefully he's installed that into a lot of the guys as well. So we'll see. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a good game. Looking forward to it for sure.
Yeah. No, most definitely. So we move on to the Friday night FA Cup. Arsenal going away to Man City. Now, when I saw the lineup, and I saw that Bob Holding, Bob the Builder Holding, or Air Bunch Holding, was starting in the back 4 up against Haaland. I'm thinking, oh my gosh. This is going to be a slapping. But boy, it's kind of when you look at that score, Man City 1, Arsenal 0. If we're taking our chances in the first half, we may have come away with that game. There was one thing that Craig said earlier on, and that's a question that I want to ask and pose to you guys, because Man City pretty much went with their strongest side. Yeah. Barring Edison, the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
We made 5 to 6 changes.
Was it that many?
Yeah. So the question. I suppose the question I'm going to ask you guys is: did Arteta disrespect that cup? Listen, we've won this cup now 14 times. Yeah, and I think if we had gone with a stronger side, you saw the difference when Granit Xhaka came on. You saw the difference when Odegaard came on, and our first team players come on. When Zinchenko came on, the man was controlling the game again.
No, he started Xhaka.
Huh? Now when he came on. No, did he start? Did he start?
Yeah,
Right, sorry.
Because he had.
So when Zinchenko
Odegaard came on.
Odegaard.
So he must have came on for. Like, he probably shouldn't have started Vieira.
Nah, listen, Vieira. Vieira, he needs to bulk up, man. Yeah. He needs to bulk up big time.
But Turner's no scrub.
No, Turner was okay. To be honest,
no. Turner, the Irish brother.
Tierney.
Yeah.
So I thought he was talking about Turner, Matt Turner.
No, Turner. I don't know.
He's good. I think even he's good. I think Matt Turner's good.
He done all right for us. He played sweeper keeper, saved us a couple of times. Do you know what I mean? And to be honest, listen, Haaland wasn't really in that game. I mean, we literally marked them man for man. You know, wherever Haaland went, Party went. You know, there's a couple of times he lost him. Holding, he's a liability. I don't know why this guy's still in the club.
He got a cheap yellow card, didn't he, as well?
Yeah, I mean, and he had to get taken off, and I'm glad he did that. And he brought on Saliba in the second half. But I think if we had gone with our strongest side, I think we would have given Man City a better game.
I think we'd have given them a better game. He's got one.
I know that, and I hear that, but some people say there was a level of disrespect in the sense. I think we should have gone because we didn't have a game in 8 days. Our next game was 8 days time.
Yeah, so
it's not like we played like 3 days later. So we could have gone and played. You know what I mean? But the thing about that game is that it ended up Partey going off with a rib injury, and when he did come on second half, I was like, oh gosh, here we go.
Yeah, Paul.
Do you know that's the thing. Do you want to go into the second half of the season with these injuries? And
well, this is it. We can't afford. Partey is a massive importance to us. We cannot afford to lose this guy. Obviously, we'll talk about Jorginho coming in as a backup, but for now, Partey, I need this guy for all the Premier League games. Can't afford to have him injured because once he came out the side, we just dropped, our levels dropped. Lokonga came on, you know what I mean? Levels. I mean, Lokonga started. So I was like, yeah, did Lokonga start?
No.
Did he come on?
He came on, yeah, I'm sure he came on. I'm looking at
he must have come on. Yes, he did come on.
Yeah.
And Odegaard was having a go
at him. Yeah, he came on, mate. Yeah, he came
on. For the goal that we conceded.
Partey got injured, didn't he?
Yeah, but for the goal that we conceded, my man was not, his positional sense defensively, he's not a number 6, yeah, but Odegaard laid into him, and I think at the end of the game, my man just ran straight down the tunnel, straight down to Crystal Palace. Basically.
Wow, he's gone.
On his way down, he just said, I'm just going straight to Crystal Palace.
But I never miss an opportunity to publicly criticize Eddie, because that's Eddie signing again, 20 million on Lukonga, which is obviously it's not that much, but it also is when he's not half of that money right now. He doesn't get into any top team, and the only hope is that at Vieira can actually get something out of him, and he comes back as a player.
Yeah.
So Norm, here's a question for you. Is a informed Trossard better than Martinelli? Because this is what Arteta's going to have to deal with this season. He's going to be like, do I go Martinelli? Do I go Trossard? Because he's there now. So
you know what it is. I'm glad that we bought in Trossard. I think he's a very good buy. 28 years old. I think we signed him on a 4-year deal. I think he's a very good buy. He kicks with both feet. And when he did come on, he looked good. He looked good. It caused a couple of problems. He started. He started. He looked good. The thing with Martinelli is that, and I suppose it's the same with Saka, because they're playing a lot of games.
Yeah.
And there's times when you watch them and they just look leggy. So, So I would think that this is a good opportunity now for Trossard to come in for Martinelli. You know, I wouldn't, because at the moment we've sent Marquinhos off to Norwich on loan, and then it looks like Vieira will probably play that right side of him, even though he's a central midfielder. He just hasn't got the pace or nothing to play out there, but that's what we're going to do. But Trossard can play over on that right side because he kicks with both feet, so he can play right across the front. He can play right across the front. So I'm not too fussed about it. But listen, at the end of the way I look at it, right, guys, the way I look at it is that we brought Trossard in there to bring depth to that attacking thing, and he's good. And the way I look at it, if you've got big up Alvin, how you doing, brother?
Yes, Alvin.
If you bring it, if you bring in someone like him who's got Premier League experience, can score goals, can make a difference, and if he's pushing these guys, then brilliant, because now Martinelli knows now he's got competition. Say for Saka, they're not just going to sit back and go, I can have a bad game and no one can come back. Do you know what I'm going to say? So for me, it's early days. I mean, I think what will happen? I mean, Martinelli, great, fantastic. He signed a 5-year deal? So he signed this contract. So is it a 4-year deal?
Yeah, with a year extra option.
With a year extra, right?
Yeah, because with Trossard, his form was very good until he blew up the spot. As in whatever fallout he had with that manager and the down tools. But before the fallout, he was balling. So that's why I asked the question. You know, Martinelli or Trossard. You know, who gets the regular nod? It's a nice headache for Arteta to have. You know.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely, and I think that should be the case. You know what I mean? The days gone by when, you know, the likes of players that we used to have in the past who were absolutely average, average, but we didn't have anybody off the bench to replace them. So they knew they were always going to play. And I think that mentality now of having people in various places, various positions to give competition, that's what we need. Arsenal need that. It's absolutely vital and important that we have that. Do you know what I mean? So, but then interestingly saying that though, before we move on, Man City, Cancelo going to Bayern Munich, guys.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
Yeah.
Apparently, I've heard.
He said there's no fallout. He said
there's been a fallout. Yes.
No, he's saying there's no fallout. He's saying he just wants to play regular football. But I'm like, there has to be a fallout because he's dropped you.
Yeah. Apparently,
you can't be happy with being dropped, can you?
There was a bust up. Apparently, there was a bust up.
But he's denying it. He's denied it on Twitter that he just wanted to play regular football. And he told Pep, I need to go and play regular football.
Yeah.
You're not going to play me regular, so let me go out. Is it a loan he's gone out on?
Yeah, loan to
But
he's one of their best left backs.
Last season he was, but you have to remember, Nathan Ake is balling out right now. He's a bad man.
It doesn't pass.
$70 million buyout.
Say that again.
70 million buyout.
Sorry.
Okay.
So go on, Cove.
Yeah, Ake doesn't pass Cancelo in terms of his ability to do both sides and distribute the ball.
Yeah, but I think he's their most improved player this season, though, defensively.
True.
So and that's why he's been getting a nod over him. So you have to remember as well, it's what they're seeing in training. What Pep and the coaches are seeing in training, saying.
Do you think with Cancelo going, he's weakened? Do you think he's weakened?
He has
weakened the squad a bit.
Yeah, definitely. Because he gets one bad injury.
Yeah.
And suddenly you're like, boy, if I had Cancelo.
He's doing some he's doing some little strange things. I'm not gonna lie.
But that's Pep madness, though, Norm, isn't it?
Yeah. He's doing some strange things.
Yeah.
But then I think if Pep wants to win the Champions League, he needed Cancelo in the
side. Exactly. Precisely. So
maybe because Cancelo knows he has to go back to Man City, he's not coming out and saying there was a fallout. He's batting smart, innit? Otherwise, he knows he's going to be in the wilderness. If he comes out and if you chat nonsense when you're on loan for 6 months, knowing that you're going to come back in the summer, you ain't doing yourself a favour. So maybe he knows that. Just say that. Just his agent said, this is the line you tell the press. This is what you put on Twitter. Don't talk about no fallout. You come back in the summer, you haven't exposed anything, and we'll try and get you a move in the summer. So,
yeah.
I think it drops his price as well. If you know there's a bust up, another club can come in and say, well, we know you need to get rid of this player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
low ball him, innit? For real.
Well, Ake got the winner against us, so
man.
Yeah, it was a bit lapsed there, as I said. Look, you know, Lokonga wasn't in the position. I mean, he was out of position, and you know, you can't allow that kind of space. I can't remember. I think it was Alvarez that hit the post. It came back to Grealish. Grealish laid it off to my man, and I think maybe Saliba could have probably put in a block. He just kind of sort of turned his back, the rest is history. So we got one less competition. So all we're left now is the Europa League, and you know, trying to go for this precious Premier League title. So we'll see how things roll with that. But yeah, Man City go on and go through to the next round. So we move on to Saturday. So we move on to the FA Cup other games. Accrington against Leeds. Leeds winning that game 3-1. I didn't really watch it. I don't know if anybody decided to watch it or not, but I'm just going to quickly run through there because I really want to get onto the juicy ones. So Leeds winning that game 3-1. Leicester winning away to Walsall 1-0. In that game, who scored in that game? I think it was Inacho scored in that game. Inacho scored in that game. Yeah. We are gonna be giving a rating, Craig. I'm rating it around about that, just maybe 4 or 5. That's probably what I'm gonna be giving it based on what we've done. If we'd got in Casado, we'd be looking at a 9, possibly a 10. But it is what it is. So Inacho getting the winner for Leicester away. Southampton 2, Blackpool 1. In that game, we had Roman. He scored both goals. Roman Perouge scoring both goals, and then Charlie Patino, who is on loan to Blackpool, who's on loan from Arsenal to Blackpool, getting that goal. He's doing quite well for Blackpool. He's doing quite well in that midfield, and hopefully he'll come back better for it come the summer. We move to Sheffield Wednesday 1, Fleetwood 1, Luton 2, Grimsby 2, Ipswich 0, Burnley 0. So there'll probably be another replay there. Blackburn Rovers and Birmingham Desmond. So there'll be another replay there. Bristol City 3, West Brom 0. West Brom. Fulham, yeah.
Just quickly. Don't you think because of the World Cup year that these games should be just decided on penalties? This replay nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know why.
It's too much football, man. It's ridiculous.
It's almost like they're just gone overkill. It's like, you know what I mean?
It's the World Cup year.
The problem is that the revenue for the smaller clubs, they quite happy with the replay. That's double chance to get ticket sales, stadiums full. So
totally get it, mate. Yeah,
that's the only reason, and I think they're hoping that managers will manage their teams the best they can for it. So, for example, I think you should put out a fairly rotated team tonight, and he probably.
Well, I'm just looking at it now. Heaton, Martinez, Bruno, Fred, Casemiro, which I didn't want to see. Varane, which I didn't want to see. Anthony Shaw. No lie. Anthony Shaw, Wiggers, Wan-Bissaka, Garnacho. You should be starting Bruno, Casemiro, Varane, or Shaw. You shouldn't be starting any of them 4. Yeah.
But is your new signing on the bench?
No. Hold on. No, he's not. No, he's got Lindelof, Maguire, Malacia, Menu, Palestri, Martial, Rashford, and Sancho.
Sancho's on the bench.
Sancho's on the bench. So is Martial.
He should start, really.
You got to start both of them.
Yeah,
both of them you got to start because they need the match fitness.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, hopefully he's going to start these man for 45 minutes and just do 5 subs and done. Hopefully, we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah.
And get off them big. I didn't want to see Casemiro on there.
No.
Yeah,
but
you just can't. I mean, listen, you just can't afford another. You can't afford another injury.
You think Ten Hag is just not used to domestic type cups where the rotation's heavy? He wants to make. He wants to win.
He did the same. Apparently, he did the same thing in Ajax.
Really?
He always tried to play the start, and then what he's done better here. He's better at the subs now. They said in Ajax, he would just stick with that team way into the 80th minutes, and then all right, you know what? Let me make a sub here. And everyone's like, bro, you should have made that after an hour. But he's definitely got better at United with the subs for sure.
Right.
But I mean, for me, I'm starting Lindelof and Maguire. They're starting. I'm not Martinez. Take a seat. Varane, take a seat. You got to start. And I'm starting Sancho and Martial. To be fair, especially Rashford.
Yeah, they should have enough. They should have enough to beat. I mean, you're 3-0 up. You're 3-0 up. You're playing at Old Trafford.
And then I said to you, Norman, earlier that I'm mindful that fans that travel from all over the world to come, and they may only get one game in their lifetime. They want to see some of the stars. So I get it as well. That he's mindful of that, but I didn't want to see Casemiro or Varane in that team. I mean, Bruno's hype, but Bruno wants to play every game, so just let Bruno play in it. But them two, with their injuries, I don't want to risk that because last time Casemiro, that Forest guy gave Casemiro a really good game, man. He pressed him hard and tackled him hard. And I don't want to see that tonight.
It's almost like he's saying, earn your rest. Because, like, Rashford's been given a little break tonight. And I feel like,
exactly. And the goalkeeper.
Yeah, that's it. These two have earned their rest. The rest of you, I'm not sure. I feel like that's the kind of message he's giving out.
But then you have to remember the injury to McTominay. I think he would have started McTominay if he was fit. So McTominay's out. We lost Eriksen for 3 months. So I guess that's what he's looking at. That I've got to have some quality in the midfield, and it's just the youngsters on the bench. I would have just started the kid, throw him in there, man. It's
3-0 up. And then if he's really struggling, draw him off.
Yeah, and that's why the football manager, because that's why I'll be like, listen, bruh, I don't care how young you are, you up tonight. You know what? In fact, I'll give you the captain's armband. You know what? It's the best with the kid. You know what I mean?
Okay, we move on. Fulham. Did I say Fulham 1, Sunderland 1? Let's see who scored in that game. Thomas Caney scored in that game in the 61st minute. So again, there's going to be another replay. There's quite a few games there that need to be replayed. So I don't know what's going to happen there. Fixture congestion again. Preston 0, Tottenham 3. Now Harry Kane had a bit of a tummy bug or some sort of bug. He was on the bench. But listen, Mr. Son stepped up to the plate, and I think their new signing also scored as well. Who was meant to have gone to Everton, Danjuma. Scoring an assist from Kulusevski. Son getting 2 goals. From the first one was Tanganga with the assist, and the second goal against Son, the assist was from Perisic. So they win that game 3-0. Is Son back to scoring? Or is it Preston? Do you know what I mean? Harry Kane. I don't know if Harry Kane came on that game. I don't know if he came on. I don't think he came on. If he did come on, it was probably to beat Jimmy Greaves' record. So, do you know what I mean? But yeah, they win that game 3-0, and I know they've got a big game coming up at the weekend at home to Man City. Let's see whether they can do something at their own ground. They obviously tried it at the Etihad and Spurs it up after the second half and losing that game 4-2. So, Tottenham go through, winning that game 3-1. And we move to the game, Man United Reading. You winning that game 3-1, Big D. Do you watch the game at all?
Yeah, but at cost.
Yeah.
Man, that
Andy Carroll is a bit of a dirty player.
I'll tell you,
isn't he?
You Liverpool mans. That man is.
Boy, that look that he was giving. You see that look he was giving Kofi, bro. It looks good kill.
Listen, man. You have to remember, right?
Nothing to do with me, right?
The referee bottled it because the tackle against Eriksen that took him out. That should have been a straight red. In the end, he ended up getting red card after 2 yellows. Yeah. But he shouldn't on the pitch. He was just. It's just like he had one mandate, just try and injure the United players as possible before getting red carded. Disgraceful. Yeah. He should never play again. I should have banned him for life for that foolishness. Yeah, it's like what happened with Van Dijk, right? There's no way that Pickford should have away with
Pickford,
that.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
He got away with it because he's an England international and he starts for his country. If he wasn't they would have threw a ban on him because for me, I think he's damaged Van Dijk's career. He's lost that yard of pace with that injury because the recovery time and everything else, and got away with one, Kofi. You know, horrible.
Yeah, definitely.
There's no place for that in the sport. You know.
Yeah.
Two-footed tackles. He just went straight through Eriksen. I'm like, and then you see Eriksen crutches afterwards. I'm like, nah, come on. That's the only reason why we had to go in the market with this loan fee.
Yeah.
Because the man walked out the stadium in crutches. I'm like, nah, I don't want to see that.
Yeah. So he's out for 3 months, and obviously
3 months,
we will talk about the Sabitzer coming in as the stopgap for him.
Yeah.
You had to do that because you didn't have a play. You didn't have a playmaker.
And then losing McTominay as well.
You actually put it in, and a decent player at that as well. You know, a decent player that you got in there. So you should be happy with that.
He ain't starting for Bayern. That's because there was a fallout. That's why he took the move. Before that, he was at he captained.
I mean, he was doing bits at Leipzig. Yeah,
he captained them. Captain.
But from what I heard, his career kind of sort of faltered
like he just hit a brick wall.
Yeah. So what he's basically saying now is that he jumped at the chance when he heard. He said you can't miss out on a chance like this. And now he's a Man United player, and we'll see how he gets used to, gets used to the pace of the Premier League and stuff like that, and hopefully he will hit the ground running. But Casemiro getting a brace in that game. Marcus Rashford, man like Kaz, assist from Anthony, and then an assist from Fred, and then Fred getting a goal. In the 66th minute, an assist from Bruno Fernandes. Then we move on to Sunday, and we have. Okay, what we'll do is I'll deal with the lower teams before we come on to.
Don't put the thing on,
man. Just wait. Calm down. Calm down. Right, probably signing Van Dijk took Liverpool from challengers to Premier League and Champions League winners. Cost a lot of money, 75 million. But the owners weren't shy and clearly worth every penny. Yeah, well said, mate. Well said.
And for Dylan Rock a kipper, and then you're seeing Virgil van Disney on ice now, isn't it? Because his legs ain't there, man. He don't trust the injury.
The problem is that last season he played practically the whole of last season. He didn't have much rest, you know.
But the thing is, his body went up for it, Kofi, and Klopp should have seen that. That when a player has an injury like that, you can't just flog him like a workhorse. Regardless,
he should have rested him. He should have brought him in slowly. But Klopp depended on the fact that he's Liverpool's best defender. So
okay. First of all, let's start off with in reverse order. We'll start off with the Wrexham 3, Sheffield United 3, another replayed game. Stoke 3, Stevenage 1. And then we move to the penultimate game. Actually, was there another game on Monday? Let me just quickly see. Yes, Derby and West Ham. So Derby, West Ham going away to Derby and winning that game 2-0. So I'm just jumping to Monday, and then we'll jump back to Sunday, and we'll jump back to Brighton 2, Liverpool 1.
The thing is, Brighton
I like the way you started though. The thing is. What do you mean the thing is?
You didn't have to. Why didn't you just do in the same order?
No, I want to do it in this order. My show, I do things my way. I did it my way. So come on.
It's murky.
Anyway, we move.
So come on, Talk to me, brother. Talk to me about this game.
I thought Liverpool would have done a little bit better after the 3-0 mauling. And practically, they looked the same ordinary team, you know. They really did. Like, Brighton were, like, all over us. Brighton should have scored more than what the score actually was.
We want to fall apart.
Why you got to add these things in, man?
Wow.
Keep talking, brother.
Yeah.
Is that throwing you off a little bit?
No, I'm good.
Okay, then carry on.
I'm good. Yeah, and players. I don't know what's going on. Nunes was like, I don't know what is wrong with these guys, man. The only player that probably did well was Gakpo that day, and some of the youngsters. And hats off to the ones that haven't played too much this season, but the rest of them were ordinary. You talk about Gakpo. Has he scored for you guys yet? He hasn't scored. That's the thing. But he played well.
The guy hasn't scored.
I thought he scored.
He ain't scored. But
£40 million Gakpo.
No, to be honest,
and he played it for the middle.
Somebody talk to me, please.
To be honest, I'm gonna save Kofi, man. Klopp is doing weird things with Gakpo. He's played out of position more than he's played his natural position.
Yep.
Yeah, he played it through the middle again.
Yeah, it's strange. You've got Nunes. I know Nunes had his little thigh injury or whatever, but listen, he's not playing his man, especially like Gakpo, in his right position. He's not. So I feel like a bit sorry for him. Compared to Nunes, I don't feel so sorry for Nunes because Nunes has played his natural position and misfired.
Yeah, man.
There was a stat, and Nunes has had probably some of the most shots in the Premier League.
Wow.
And he's missed a hatful of shots.
Yeah, but you know what as well, Kofi? You got to question Mo's having a stinker, isn't he?
Yeah.
I don't get that. I'm like, what am I missing with Mo?
He should have like taken more than what he was probably asking. Yeah.
And nothing worse than giving the player
and we can
contract.
Go back to the Mane thing as well. Because
Liverpool
are doing the same thing. I keep repeating that we're not giving credit to players 100%. Like Mane.
I'm glad you've said it.
Not giving credit.
Yeah. As much as we ran joke, start season with the justice for
Mo relies on Mane.
He does.
I can say that right now. He relies on him big time.
It's mad. But then some of that Klopp's doing, or is there a bit of Klopp underboard, the team being lackluster? There's a whole combination there, isn't there?
To be honest, I think it's more the board because obviously they control in terms of how much they're going to be paying players and things like that. But Klopp also probably should have been more convincing to Mane and said that, come, bro, we've ride this team from the beginnings. You're my first important signing.
Kofi, with all of this, because I was listening to another show and they were saying that the whole setup with your how you manage players now in terms of buying players and stuff like that, that Klopp is kind of taking that role on, and his assistant seems to be the one seems to be running the team. So Klopp has become this director of football. Yeah. So there's this thing where he's running the team and Klopp is, because surely you need midfield reinforcements, but you go out and buy Gakpo. I hear you. Hold on a minute. I hear you, Kofi, in the sense that yes, you've got Jota out. You've got not Darwin. The other guy. What's the other guy that's out injured?
Diaz.
Yeah, you got him out. All right. So I understand that obviously there's a shortage there, but you've not addressed. This is the problem. You have not addressed the midfield issue. And some people are pointing the finger at Klopp as to why he's deciding to bring in, because he's the one that wanted Gakpo. Why didn't you go for a midfield player instead of an attacking, somebody to straw up in the middle of the park? And you've gone.
Well,
you've ended up going.
Firmino keeps getting injured as well, and Firmino's head isn't really there right now. He's in and out, so I can understand why he went in for Gakpo because we practically haven't got players until March, probably going on into April. But at the same time, give some of the youngsters a chance, man. There's some youngsters in there that are really eager. And
as you keep saying, Kofi, Klopp won't change up the system. He keeps going with this 4-3-3. He won't change. You was asked the same question last week.
He doesn't know how to change it.
Yeah,
and in games like
go on, say what you're saying.
Yeah, in games like even against Brighton, he could have changed that system up. It's not good. It's not good, and it's gonna go completely downwards until it gets better.
So Kofi, do you believe that statement there?
Klopp can say what he likes. He's been there for how many years? And
7 years. 7 years. 7 years.
So he's the one that has to hold the ship together.
I heard today that he gave out a contract extension. So you guys should be nice, mate. And to Milner.
Wow.
This is why he's telling you we will not fall apart because Milner got a contract extension. So
that's unbelievable.
Listen,
we can't be talking about our Milner. If Jay's listening in the chat, she will not be happy. So D, go easy on Milner.
This is the reasons why Klopp is losing his marbles.
Yeah.
I heard
another show, so I probably need to confirm it that he got a contract extension and there was running Joe, and I'll be like, did he? And I don't know how long he had left on his old deal, but man, you got to be looking at that.
He literally gets 1 year every year.
Every year just gets a bump up. Yeah,
1 year.
I think
so probably Hender's going to get it.
You do need him. I don't think he's the worst.
No, he's not.
No. The thing is, like, when you know what you get with Milner, he gives everything on the pitch. So,
really?
And plus, he can play at right back as well. He's done that.
For me,
back and left back, he's done.
Yeah.
For me, a 37-year-old coming and playing, like, sometimes he could play half the game, and he's given what he can. You can't stress Milner. Milner's done what he can. Boy. Anyway,
well, listen, I can't laugh too much because I heard today as well, and I'm glad you brought this up, Craig. El Neni, who's out injured pretty much for the rest of the season, I think he's having knee surgery. They're thinking of, if they haven't done it already, thinking about giving him another extension.
Wow.
Why? Please, somebody tell me why.
Can I add something?
This man is living his best life, man. This man is living his best life at Arsenal.
Can I add something? Kanate is injured now. Kanate is injured as well.
Yes, Kanate. Yeah, he's out for about 4 weeks. He's out for about 4 weeks. Yep.
Yeah.
Is it a thigh injury or something? I think it's a thigh injury.
We're in the deep.
Yes, Jay.
Yeah.
I wasn't clowning him, I heard on another show that he got the extension, and
I would like Milner at my club.
What?
There you go.
I would.
Are you serious?
I'm being serious.
Why, Ez? Why would you like Milner?
Because if you're in 4 competitions and you do well in all 4, that's over 50 games to be played, 50 odd, yeah. A man of experience and in terms of utility that can come in and do a professional job, whether that's to keep a score. Like tonight, for example, D, you got a 3-0 advantage. Milner, go and do a run out for us, please.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah.
You get me? And he's been there, done that.
It's like I said to you, I didn't want to see Casemiro in this game tonight, and here we are.
This is it.
So if I had Milner on the bench, I said, listen, James, go give me 90 minutes. Well, give me 80 minutes.
And if Ten Hag had that man he could trust to do a professional job, trust me, Casemiro will be taking a break.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's what I mean. I would take that. Me personally.
Kofi, are both Ez and D convincing you about Milner.
No, he doesn't know what he's got. No. This is the problem with Kofi. He doesn't know what he's got until it's gone. The same thing with Mane. This is it.
Because I didn't agree with Mane going. I never agreed with Mane.
No, you were so excited about Nunes. You was happy.
Yeah, you didn't seem to have a problem with Mane going. You didn't kick up a stink.
Wait. Why is everybody coming at me like this?
We're not coming at you. We just want to know whether your Klopp or your club is falling apart, or whether Klopp is falling apart. That's what we want to know. Because according to him, he doesn't think we're falling apart. But mate, judging by what I'm seeing on the pitch and off the pitch,
Klopp is very good at hiding behind his words. He is falling apart. The club is not falling apart. The club is bigger than Klopp.
Oh yeah, I heard that. But look at the state of where you are. Look at you. As I said, you guys were fighting on 4 fronts last season. Yeah, you was on to do the quadruple. You ended up, riding away on a 2-wheeler bike. Yeah, the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. You're now both knocked out of the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup. You're more than likely going to miss out on top 4, and you ain't going to win the league.
Yeah, but Norms, jokes aside, right? Bare man, including myself, would take that two-wheeler, them 2-wheeler cups on the top 4 this season. I'm taking that.
No, listen. I banter Kofi because these guys.
Yeah, the quad.
I was worried because these guys looked like they were going to do the business. The quad was real.
Everything was real last season. Everything was real until last day of the season. Everything was real.
Kofi, would you agree with this statement? I haven't seen Liverpool like this since the Roy Hodgson era.
Turkey neck Roy.
I haven't seen this. I haven't seen this since the last Brendan Rodgers season, where everything was just like capitulating.
It was peak.
Yeah,
very, very, very peak indeed. Very peak indeed.
I don't know.
So, even Steven Gerrard was losing his cool that season. But boy, we move.
So, Coach, just before we move on from him, what now? My wife has just walked in and gave me a dirty look. What now? What now for Liverpool? For real now. Well, where do you think you're going to finish in the league? And do you think that if you finish at the top 4 you'll probably get the Conference League or something like that? Would Jude Bellingham go and play in the Conference League?
No, I think we're going to just... I'll be happy.
Get out! Oh my God!
I'll be happy if we finish.
Hold on, listen.
I just want to say, you'll never walk alone. We are so rubbish. We're so rubbish, but it's still my team. That's all I can say. I
feel your pain.
Jay, my head is on the guillotine. My head is on the guillotine.
My God, my ladies has come and hijacked the show, For my missus to come and do that, that things are serious. Things are serious.
Man.
Funny enough, I asked her. I said to her the other night, I said, "Are you Klopp out?" And she had to think hard. She had to think deep and hard about that.
It's
dire.
He said he's not going to walk though, Norm.
No, he ain't going to walk.
He said he's not going to walk. He said they have to fire him. If the rumours
why would you want to go through that pain of just being sacked? I don't get it.
Money.
It's his honor. It's his honor to the club, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that they have to sack me. I'm not going to walk. So, but there's always a money factor as well. There is a pride factor, but there's always a money factor.
Yeah.
If he walks, he probably leaves 2 or 3 years' money on the table.
Yeah, he's setting himself up because he should have gone for 2024, to be honest. And he decided, you know what? There's a little bit of something in this for me. I've worked hard over the last 7 years, and I deserve something.
Yeah, it's like a testimonial contract, isn't it? Almost.
Yeah. It's looking like Sentiments FC right now. It really is feeling like that now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, when people rock up to Liverpool or to Anfield now, there's no fear factor no more. It's like, they're literally like a mid-table side. You know what I mean?
The thing is, Norm, as well. no excuse not to have got a midfielder in on loan.
Yeah.
If there's no money, like what we had to do, there's no money to spend on a like Chelsea, like hating on Ez and all that, but there's no money to spend. so Liverpool like us should have looked to try and bring in two midfielders on loan.
You have to adapt, and Liverpool they're just losing their ranks all over. Yeah. It's sad. It's sad.
So guys, people in the chat, is Liverpool's season in tatters? Yeah, is their season in tatters now? And what does the future bold for Liverpool and Klopp? Will they stick together like two peas in a pod? Or will there be a banana split? What's it going to be, guys? What's it going to be? Let me know. Put it in the chat and let me know. What do you think? Should Klopp stay or should he go? Let's move on quickly. And yes, there's somebody on our platform will be rating their transfer window. Not even 10 out of 10. It's probably going to be like 20 out of 10. Because, bro, it is peak right now. It is peak. It is peak. So, guys, but just before we do move on, to that, just in the ref watch section, Kofi, I just wanted to come back to you and address your two players that should not be on that pitch.
Oh my
goodness!
Man,
can you just tell me about that, please? How on earth that these two players are still on the pitch?
All right, so.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, come on, man. Spit it out, bro. Spit it out. Spit it out. Come on. Don't cap for them. Spit it out, man. Spit it out.
The Fabinho one. The look on his face was like, yeah, just refs, just get on with it. Send me off.
How on earth has he got a yellow? How?
That one, Fabinho even said, boy, no, he was ready to walk down the tunnel. He was ready.
And the Canate.
The Canate one, come on. Look, it's a 50-50 thing when you're running against each other. And, yeah, you got to give him a little bit of elbow.
You don't want to hold your peace. Talk to the brother.
Man.
Talk to him.
I can't believe they almost, if Brighton didn't go up to the other end and score afterwards, Liverpool were going to get away with it. They would have got away with it. And listen, the amount of VAR decisions that Liverpool have got away with this season, including Robin Wolves, by the way. This one was about to be this again. Hey, Kof, what's going on?
Bro, come on. The first one, things happen in that game. Like, you get that in games. Like, you get 50-50s. But the second one, I can put my hands up and say, Fabinho, you should be off. Yeah.
Bro, it's unbelievable. The refereeing decision in that game was unbelievable. And for your two players to still be on the pitch, mate, that's why Just Rewards went to Brighton. And big up to Mr. Matoma, a player that was bought for 3 million. Look what he did to you guys, bro.
What's he worth now?
What's he worth? What's he worth now, guys?
He's going Chelsea in the summer.
Yeah. He'll first twerk for Arsenal, and then Chelsea will just take over and say, yeah, slap that one, slap that. You know what I mean? But listen, it was a mad one. But listen, Brighton deserved
and well deserved. Brighton, they deserve to win.
Another team, pushing for a European place, and boy, do they want to hang on to their players, because we was after Casemiro. Or Casido, should I say Casemiro? Casido didn't get him. They stuck their heels in. And, boy, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Chile.
Chile can't be bothered to come on. You know what I mean? Man can't be bothered to come on. You work late tonight? Yeah, big up Chile, man. Big up to you, bro. What's he saying here? Brighton scouting is something else. Absolutely. I mean, you look at Cucurella. Yeah. Yep. What did they pay? It was something like 6 million from. Was he from Real? Where did he come from? Real Sociedad or something? It was one of them Spanish teams. I can't remember who it was. Yeah. You got who's the other player? I mean, they got Ben White for pretty less
50 mil for
nothing. We paid 50 million for him. The Casado guy, I think they paid 3 million for him. Yeah. Now he's worth nearly 100 million.
Please.
I'll tell you, he is unbelievable. He is unbelievable. He is unbelievable. Yeah, man, just got in from work. I hear that, brother. I hear that, man. Well, listen, the link is there if you want to come on. If we are going to be talking about the transfer window and your rating for the transfer window, how you felt you're done, how you felt your club's done in this window. So let's start off with Kofi. Liverpool.
1 out of 10.
Whoa.
You're not happy with Gakpo?
I'm happy, but like you get it. 1 out of 10.
1 out of 10, you know.
Nah. Like if I had to be honest, like I'll say a 5.
5. I was gonna say 2 out of 10.
That's why I went to 1. But Gakpo, it'll come good. There you can see some things in him. But yeah.
He just needs to be playing in his right position. You know what I mean? That's what needs to be happening. Chile's giving his club 4 out of 10. You got in Porro guy, right back. Doherty going out. He was supposed to go out on loan to Atletico Madrid. In the end, they ended up cancelling Doherty's contract because Spurs had far too many people on loan. So they had to cancel his contract, and he went on a free to Atletico Madrid.
That's
wow!
Can
you believe that?
How many players they got on loan then? That's crazy,
right? Can you believe it? And Spence has gone to Rennes, right? He's gone to Rennes on loan. Jed Spence has gone to Rennes on loan. I don't know how you feel about that, Chile. If you'd wanted to keep it, but I think under Conte, I don't think we're gonna play this guy.
He never gave him a chance.
Porro guy. No, he didn't. He didn't
give him a chance, did he? To even show what he could do. I don't get that. I don't get that.
He's a good player, by the way. Spence is a good player. I understand. I really understand.
He didn't get a look in. I don't get that.
Yeah. We got. They've got 8. He's got 8 on loan.
Seeing.
Yeah. He's got 8 on loan. Wow, it's a lot of players. We've got about Arsenal got about 10 or 11 on loan.
Is it?
Yeah. First team.
Well, I was looking at us.
Squad players. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've got about 8 or 9 on loan all over the place.
What about yours?
And there's none to come back as in options to buy.
Oh, okay.
They're all going to come back.
Many on loan. I don't think many on loan.
No, it doesn't seem to. No, it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it. So,
Kofi, you're huh? With all the injuries,
yeah.
You can't afford.
Yeah, no, you can't. Yeah. So so you're giving your window a 1 to 2 out of 10. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go to Big D. What are you saying, Big D, about your window?
It's a weird one, Norm, because I didn't expect anything in the window because I know we're broke. So to bring in 3 loanees, two domestic and 1 overseas, I think that's fairly decent compared to see what went on. So since I wasn't expecting anything, I'm going to give him a 6 for that. I'm going to give him a 6 or 7 because he's got no money and he's bought in 2 players that could potentially just go in and start now. As in, Wiggers starting over Martial up front because Martial can't stay fit, and then this guy just replacing Eriksen because he's been starting Eriksen when Eriksen was supposed to be a backup. I'm expecting this guy once he gets up the pace to be starting a lot of the games, and then Fred to be coming in and rotation that way. So I think he's brought in 2 starters. So I got to applaud him for just being able to do the loan deal.
I mean, for a club that hasn't got enough money.
It's embarrassing, though.
I mean, it's a bit for me, definitely. The jury is a little bit out for me on Wiggles at the moment. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't.
Have you watched him, Norm? Right, he's not pulling up trees, but what he is doing, he's holding the ball up well. He's allowing us to gather some pace to go forward. Where the ball doesn't stick with Rashford when he plays through the middle.
Yeah.
And if Martial can't stay fit, I think it's an excellent buy because this guy will at least keep us relevant attacking. And for set plays as well. He's a big brother. Get them balls in, cross them corners and get them corners on high, get them free kicks up and see what he can do.
I mean, is this a lot? If you keep this guy, is he an option to buy, obligation to buy, or is it a case of once the loan period is over?
Just a 6 month loan, just like
that's it.
Just like
he'll just go straight back. He'll go straight back to Burnley.
Straight back. But you know what? If he does something that Ten Hag likes, there's no reason why he can't become
Junior, man.
Junior. There's no reason why he can't become a bench player, Norm. But I don't know. Like we got to go out for all-out strike, a bad boy striker in the summer.
Yeah. You've got to shift Martial out this summer. You've got to shift him out.
Yeah, he has to go now.
You've got to sort your ownership. Well,
but hopefully the club gets sold by April.
Yeah.
And then the new owners are in, looking. Summer comes, we just pull the trigger. Like you man's. I want us moving like you man. You know, I'm not saying there's many players, but I want us to be able to say, right, Ten Hag's identified him, bam, go buy him. What's the asking price? 80. There you go. Rather than we'll offer you 55. Nah, brother. They said 80. At least come somewhere close to the 80. You know what I mean? I don't want that foolishness this summer because Mason ain't coming back, in my opinion. I think he's done, which is quite sad. I liked Mason, a young prospect, but I think he's absolutely shot himself in the foot there, unfortunately, or shot himself somewhere. You know what I mean? It's like mad. You know, just no, honestly, man. It's sad because look, I know your nephew was at that place. My godson was at that place on the brink of getting a big contract in the East. Drew got injured. He broke his metatarsal. He was at Tottenham at the time, and he was, you know what I mean. And then he got cut. Now I'm be like, that's a tough. And so when you see them mess up when they've got the opportunity to go to these big clubs and they do the foolishness, you're like, come on, guys, you know how hard it is to get there. And you got there and you did that. You blew up your own spot. So, yeah, I'm sad for Mason because I just think, dude, who was advising you? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just murky, man, murky.
Yeah, it is. I mean, what a career to throw away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's very sad.
You just hope that things work out for him. Yeah, you know, in the future, and we'll see.
Just in life in general, he might just go abroad and play once all this whatever happens. You know, I mean, court case in November. Come on, man, November. Somebody wants him out of the game. To give him a court case in November, that's like proper make an example of this kid. Ruin it. Yeah. You know that one.
It is. I can't see him coming back.
Saying that, we need two strikers then. If Mason ain't coming back, we need two strikers in the summer. So we'll see.
Boy, the summer is going to be crazy spending. I think there's going to be some big spending in the summer. Boy, we move on to blue is the color, blue is the game. Ping, 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 ping.
You guys, I'm being serious. Chelsea have signed another player.
What?
We've signed a 17-year-old from Southampton today for 6 million. Just now. The day after the transfer window, the man are still buying. Listen, who buys a 17-year-old for 6 million?
Wow!
I've just seen it come in. He's doing his medical.
Okay. I mean, right. So Ez, now I need to you as a Chelsea man, the ping man. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call you from now on.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You can't make it up.
Just tell me how many players your team has bought this transfer window, please.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10 in just this window.
Do you hear that, people?
That's why I said 1 out,
including that youngster. 10 in just.
Do you hear that, people in the chat?
That is unheard of in January. They're not small boys. Apart from that youngster, they're all players that are first team players.
Right, so Ez now, okay, right. So you've bought 10 players.
Sorry, 9. João Felix is on loan. João Felix is on loan.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. You made 10 signings, but
10 signings.
Back. Yeah. Right. Okay. Right. So you got 10 players in January. That's mad. That's mad.
Unheard of. Right. It's unheard of.
How many players did you buy in the summer?
I could tell you that right now. In the summer, we brought in Fofana, Kukurea, Sterling, Koulibaly, Chukwuemeka, Aubameyang, Zachariah. That's it. So seven in the summer.
Right. So you know the player that's coming to you in the summer.
That doesn't count. That's not counting. So that's another one. That's a pre-contract for next summer, for June. So June this year. Sorry, he joins us.
So
in June.
You've bought in the region of 17 to 18 players.
Oh yeah, mental.
Right. So I need to get my head around. I need to just get my head around this. Right.
Yeah.
How do you expect to make all of this work? Because right now, you know when they said the earth was without form and void, chaos was upon the earth, the sea, and God said, "Let us make light."
Well, there's a
he divided the waters.
There's a comprehensive answer. If your viewers are interested, or there's a very short answer. Which one do you want?
Give us both, man.
Give us the
somewhere in between,
middle of the road one. Give us
all
the
right.
middle of the road one.
So when Bowley bought the club, he was the one making the signings, wasn't he? Yeah,
right. Yeah.
And he was the one getting laughed at because he didn't quite land Rafinha, he didn't quite land Richarlison, he didn't quite land Koundé, and there was a bit of madness. But he did land Sterling and a few others, and in that time he was the director of football because he was just trying to work out how this whole thing works. He was taking man out to dinner. All the Premier League owners took him out to dinner, blah, 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 blah. Now he stepped back and he's hired the one that found Haaland and the one that found Phil Foden and all these guys, and he's got them in his recruitment team. And now they're making the signings. And he said, no, when Chelsea's no longer making signings for managers, we're now buying signings for the club. And whoever's managing just needs to get on with it. And that's why Tuchel was like, don't like the sound of that. And Potter was like, love the sound of that. So that's kind of partially why Tuchel left. Now, I think if Tuchel knew these men were talking about 600 million worth of signings, I think he would have said, actually, I like the sound of that.
Yeah,
but he didn't like it before.
Bad jump ship. Or got kicked from the zip, should I say.
So you've got all these eggheads. So the guy that found Mbappe works for us. The guy that found Haaland works for Chelsea. So these are now finding the next gems. And at the moment, they're not looking for gems. They're looking for players that are ready. But their jobs in the future will be to look for the next Ronaldo, Haaland, Messi, because they've done it, right? So now you're seeing why we're buying so many players, because it's not Potter saying, I want this player. These guys are saying, here you go, he's training on Monday, by the way. João Felix was in training and Potter said, who? Who that? But Potter has agreed to play a certain style of football, and these guys will find the sort of players for his style of football. So it's a bit of a madness because the players we have are, think about it. Pulisic, he wasn't even a Thomas Tuchel signing. That was a Lampard and whoever was before Lampard signing. Jorginho wasn't even a Tuchel signing. That was a Sarri signing. So we're left with players that weren't. It's. I think Man United kind of had this as well.
Well, you've had a combination of players from different.
Oh managers. My goodness! Oh my lord!
Yeah.
So these lot are saying not really interested in what happens to the old players. We're getting the new generation, Chelsea, and if we have to do a car boot sale, 10 million for ZH, 10 million for, then so be it. Because
so going forward to the present, you've got these 19 or 16, 17 new players in your club, along with the old players. Jorginho's obviously gone to Arsenal.
There'll be more of those.
Right. So
I expect
who are they going to be slowly integrated?
No,
for the next, or are you going to play the same old side? And these guys are just going to. What's going to happen?
The rest of this season is pre-season for next season. So these guys that are coming, even Enzo that stepped off the plane yesterday, bless up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even Enzo that stepped off the plane yesterday, he'll be in the squad Friday. There ain't no time. This is game time now. Everyone, all of these new signings, it isn't an integrate thing. It is you're ready. So all Mudryk and Noni Mudukeli, Bashar, Badiashar, all these new play, they're playing, mate. All of them are playing. So there isn't a phasing thing. It's a phase out thing, if anything. Like Ziyech, he's gone, and that's another saga in itself.
Well, that's another saga because what happened with the paperwork?
Listen, he's been hung out to dry, and I think it was partially on purpose. Ziyech is in sort of Lukaku's posse, and them two have been in some sort of disrespect to the club behind the scene. I think they've hung Ziyech out to dry on purpose. They've got the paperwork wrong 3 times, Norms. 3 times.
Yeah, no one is that incompetent, is it? You know what I'm saying?
Listen, just last week, because Ziyech wasn't being chosen, he started posting pictures on Instagram or videos on Instagram of him scoring goals against Chelsea when he was Ajax.
Bro.
Oh, so don't think this is any coincidence that on the last day when he thought he was going to be playing with Messi and Mbappe and them mans, that he might end up at Fenerbahce now. You know, he might end up in Turkey. Trust me. I think they've hung him out to dry on purpose. I really do.
Absolutely. I mean, PSG were not happy.
With Chelsea. They weren't happy with us. They weren't happy with us.
Happy with it. You know what I mean? They said that will never happen again. They will never come to our doorstep and do that again. That's what they basically said.
Yeah, you know and don't get me wrong, it's unprofessional from Chelsea. But I think Chelsea were too also tied up with the Enzo stuff. They were too.
Yeah, but you know what though, is like he has to remember that Chelsea are still paying his wages. He can't be going on social media and posting himself scoring against Chelsea. He's actually mugged himself off. You know what I'm saying? And it just shows you that some youngsters are really ill-advised, or there's no one to just have a word in their ear to say, listen, take that post down. Are you mad? What are you doing?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them need that. Yeah, they're still paying your wages and you posting yourself scoring against them. Against your current club. I mean,
that's the politics, D. That's the politics. Yeah. And Bowley, think about it. This is the man that got in a private jet. When their man was saying, we're not taking your money, he got in a private jet and said, hold on, wait, hold that, fool. I'm going to be there in 2 hours and we'll see if you're going to take that money. You know, and this is the same man. So Ziyech, he's messing with the wrong sort of guy. And you can see with these 7-8 year contracts, Enzo signed an 8.5 year contract, by the way, James.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So it doesn't look like UEFA has probably enforced this new rule in yet, or they got around it again somehow.
It
comes in next summer. So anything you do in Jan, is fine. So coming in.
And the thing is, these guys knew because the contracts are so spread out, they won't get done for financial fair play. You know,
no,
because there'll be a lot of these things in installments, Norm. So for that financial year, they won't have overspent. Because they're paying off in installments,
FFP isn't assessed yearly; it's assessed in period. So maybe every 18 months to 2 years. So what you put on your books can be spread across these long contracts. So where we paid 120 million for Enzo, actually on the books it's only going to show up at about 20 million or so. And where we've done an 8-year contract, actually I saw something today. It's actually only costing 12.5 million a season. So if we can keep the outgoings roughly around the same. For example, Jorginho pays for 1 year of Enzo's contract, you know, and there'll be more of those. There'll be more.
Man, you just hit me below my belt, bro.
No, we're going to talk about Jorginho.
You just hit me below my belt, bro.
I just hit Norman in his nuts.
Man just said, let me just give him a little
That's hilarious.
Go ahead.
When I look at the profile of some of these players, so Gusto, some of you lot have heard of Gusto. He plays for Lyon at the moment. He's 19. And Mbappe has said that Gusto's the only one that he hasn't managed to skip past in the last few years in the French league. And Chelsea signed him for next season. We've signed him but loaned him back to Lyon. And we've also got Noni Madueke, which is ex-Tottenham actually. He wants to prove a point to Spurs that they let him go too early. Really good player. You know about Mudryk. Hands up, I've got enough. No, I'm not going to touch on.
Just go back to the guy. Who's he play for?
He used to play for Tottenham, but he went to PSV when he was 18. Tottenham let him go.
Okay. No, you know what? I was thinking about the other player.
Edwards. Was it Edwards?
Yeah, he plays for. Is it Sporting Lisbon?
Yeah. Edwards. No, it's not him.
I thought it was him you were talking about. Yeah.
It's another one Spurs let go of, but this guy's been ripping up tree trunks in fact, what's his name? And Ten Hag wanted him at Ajax in Ajax days. But he's really good from what I've seen. Badiashar, which you've seen last couple of games, Chelsea's managed.
Can I ask a serious question though? And this is serious. This guy, I'll tell you, boy. This guy, jeez. Anyway, Ez, come the summer now, because you've got 19 to 20 players.
Yeah.
What's going to happen in the summer?
Mass exodus.
Yeah.
So will you be buying any more players?
I think. Well, okay. I'm not making this up. When Enzo was announced earlier with the co-owners, and they said, "Look, you've done craziness to spend all this money." He said, "Craziness. This I'm just getting started. I've in the next 2-3 years, you're going to see some surprises. We want to bring some big names here." So that tells me the man's going to spend more in the summer and maybe even after that. I don't know. You
know the crazy. I know it's a consultant, but you know the crazy thing. Our owner, is richer than Todd Bowley.
Yep.
Yeah, he owns twice what Todd Bowley. Todd Bowley is worth $5 billion. Our owner is worth $10 billion. And we go and buy Jorginho for $12 million. That pays for one of who did you say it pays for?
He pays for Enzo. He pays for an installment for Enzo. God. But even that's the business. Think about it. Jorginho was free in the summer. We sold him to you for $12 million. That is fantastic. That's. But
so he's actually sold him. He's not on loan.
He's sold.
Oh, I thought he's on loan. Completely. I'm mugging you off, Norms.
That's
my gosh.
You're still mugging us off.
He had 6 months left. 6 months left and could have been free. But don't worry, we're gonna come back.
You know what? Though. You know what the problem is that we will come to ourselves. We needed. I know. We needed bodies. We needed bodies, guys.
Yeah. I thought it was a loan deal, Norm. Honestly, I wasn't paying attention there. I was not paying attention. Goodness.
This is back to some people don't know. So Bowley himself is worth $5 billion, but that's his personal cash.
Yeah, I know.
Bowley is just the chairman. He's the face of the people that really own us. The group that own us is worth about $60 billion, and at any point they can inject cash at any point. And for Enzo, where they wanted to do the break clause, there was an option that the company was going to inject the cash and pay the cash, and then we paid the company back in installments, and that would have got us through FFP as well. Because
Chelsea have got their business. These are business people.
They're not playing.
They're not playing, brother. At the
moment, just to remind everyone, we haven't touched any investment money yet. This is money from Roman. Roman left 1.5 billion. Yeah, we haven't spent any investment money yet. And
would be nice.
So you basically got 400 million left.
We've got about that left, plus the stadium money, which they've promised put aside, which is about 1.25 billion for the stadium. So and let me make it clear for those that are telling me.
Just a second, Ez. Kofi, it's all right, man. Don't worry, you'll be all right.
Hey, I've got one more key fact. I was watching the 3-hour sort of conference about Bowley and all of that. He said the old owners, which he wouldn't say Abramovich, the old owner made us promise we wouldn't take money out of the club for at least 10 years. So which means they can only take what they make. They can only take what they make. So commercial-wise and all the upside. So for 10 years, they can't take any money out. Look, it's good times.
You know the mad thing about this, yeah? Chelsea are going on with this spend now. Now, we know that Newcastle have got the richest owners.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And they haven't really made moves. But I'll tell you now, right?
Yeah, when they get Champions League.
Let me tell you now, they will catch up easy. Because if they make top 4, which is a very good chance that they can do it, then they're going to, my man is going to turn to his owners and say, yo, you see what Chelsea are doing down the road?
Yep, 100%.
We're ready to go. We're ready to rumble.
No, you're right. You're right, Norms. And the thing is with Newcastle is at the moment they can't spend much because of FFP. They don't make it enough. But because of Champions League football, that's where the screw will start to turn. That income for getting through knockout stages, I've heard is crazy just to get through knockout. Just to get out the group, you get a madness. Millions. So, and then commercially as well, it's going to be insane if they get it. So that's just a bit of insight to how Chelsea's going to run it.
Look, Root calls you. Yeah, this point here that Root calls you. It's looking like you need multi-billionaire owners to compete in the Prem. Arsenal need Arabs right now. I'm done with this 20-year Chelsea dominance. Now, Listen. I think the way things are going now, yeah. Now, if Man United get the owners that they want, or if you get the owners that you want, right? Same with you, Kof. If you get the owners that you want, Chelsea are already steps ahead. Arsenal either need to say, you know what, we need to just change the way we do things now. Stop this going in the shop. The man said that can of drink, that prime drink is £100.
Right.
And Edu goes in
Just
there.
pay the money.
Yo, listen, I'll tell you what I do. I'll give you 2 cans of Pepsi and £25.
He's right. Nah, this is what Eddie does.
It's £100. Yeah. Todd Bowley goes in there, it's £100. Don't worry about it, bro. Listen, I'll tell you what. Yeah. The best champagne? Yeah, we got the best champagne. Yeah, bring that come.
Yeah, it's true.
Bring it come, man. Oh, you want to come to dinner? No, I'll tell you what, let's go to dinner first, and then I'll come and buy your drinks after.
It's true.
Now, the thing is, the way this is going, Chelsea, if Man United get the owners that they want, if Liverpool get the owners that they want, yeah? Obviously, we know Man City have got the owners. I'll tell you what, there's going to be some mad money. That's why the Premier League is the best and the richest club, in terms of clubs. Everybody wants to come to the Premier League. They want a piece of the pie.
If you buy a club these days, you're packing out them stadiums week in, week out, midweek games, European. You will get your return in your cash. You will get it. On top of that, if you're winning stuff, on top of that, the TV rights as well, it's insane the amount of money that's in this. It's a win-win. But I feel like Arsenal I think you've got the money, Norms, because look at the Mudryk money and look at the Caicedo. You put 60 million cash. It weren't no installments nonsense.
No. And then we went again. I think we went again
with add-ons.
With 70 with add-ons, and then I don't know if we went again. I don't know if we did go in for an £80 million bid.
But it tells me that the board have the cash and are willing to back it. But Edu, his negotiation style
skills is useless.
He rubs people up the wrong way, as you just said. People tell him a price, and his negotiation is like, not worth that. Here's what we're offering. You should be happy that I'm offering you this, rather than really try and build.
We haven't reached that kind of level to be going in. You know what I mean?
I think even the way you snapped up Trossard, don't forget they weren't happy with Trossard and how he was going on. I think that might have set up the way that the Caicedo thing came in afterwards.
But
I mean, that's
well for the little that you've just given us. Thank you for that encyclopedia.
It's a great breakdown. It's a great breakdown, bro.
It's a great breakdown. It is worrying. It is frightening. It's obviously exciting for you, Ez, and the rest of you Chelsea fans. As I said, there's that little worry in the back of your mind that will this all come together? Will this all work? It. Because the problem is, if you've bought 19 players. Now, I'm not saying all 19 players are going to hit it. They're going to make you maybe going to have maybe half of those players. It's like like as Dee was saying about his nephew going to academy, and you're thinking like there's loads of them in it. There's loads of them going to this academy, and then there's only a small percentage that will make it. Now I know these guys in your case, as they've made it through that, and now they're playing with the big boys. But there's going to probably be maybe one or two that are probably going to drop off and say, you know what, you're not worth the money.
Yeah,
and that's the only problem.
That's the worry.
You may face, and that is the biggest worry.
The only consolation is that these guys are not novice sports owners. Like, they own LA Dodgers, so I'm hoping that their strategy isn't just wild. I'm guessing it's calculated enough in a different sport that they're trying to bring a similar ethos into ours. Only time will tell. I think I've used that line. Only time will tell. But it's a good time to be excited. Hey, can I give you one thing about Jorginho though?
Yeah,
I think Arteta sees a bit of himself in Jorginho. And I don't think you would have got him in just a panic situation. I think he sees an opportunity. Jorginho, one thing about him, you can't get the ball off him. That's the one thing. Yeah, he's not physical, he's not fast, and he doesn't score goals. But he can't take the ball off him. He manipulates.
Is he press resistant?
Yeah,
I think so. I think so. I think he loves that scenario. He pressed me, great. You're making space for me to make my pass. That's the sort of guy he is. And with that intelligence, this is my next point. He uses his head rather than all muscle and athletics because he has to. He literally has to. He hasn't got it in him to be anything else. So I'm not saying he's a Partey replacement, but in the City match, one thing I did notice, it was back and forth. It was City, then Arsenal. City, then Arsenal. Jorginho will help you hold that ball just that bit longer. Okay. And that's, as much as it is an overspend, it's one you can swallow if you now go on to win the league.
Yeah.
If, you know,
I mean, if you look at this, there's not much between them. I mean, as a matter of fact, you know, if you look at that, overall, you would say that Jorginho, you know, he's tackling more, but then that could be the case that Chelsea ain't really playing well this season. So
I've watched this guy for 4 seasons. He is a world beater. He's won me the Champions League. He's won me the Europa League. He's won me Super Cup, World Cup Championships. I've seen it all. He's a winner. He's won the Euros with Italy as well, playing the same way. You can't ask him to play another way. But he's not. He cannot do the shift Partey does. No matter what these stats tell you, I promise. I've seen it. There's a reason we're not renewing his contract even for a year. And it's not because he can't play football, but he's just not a defensive midfielder. He's just that is the problem. As I said, you know, people have said he needs runners around him. If he's got runners around him, there's no problem. You'll be fine. I mean, in terms of his ball distribution, that's all good. Fantastic. Yeah, but he's not good defensively, and that is the worry. And he can't cover ground. No, Partey. I've sent you the picture. I think I sent you the video the other day of the referee.
The referee running past him.
The referee's running past him.
No, I saw that one. I saw that one. But it's this whole thing of Arsenal taking again another Chelsea player, and you know, we ended up like the Chelsea nursing home or whatever it is, because you know we've taken maybe 4 or 5 of your players.
Yeah, and Petr Cech, David Luiz,
Willian,
and now Jorginho, and all of them.
We took. If you go back a little bit further, we take Benahoum from you guys as well.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. William Gallas as well. William Gallas, we took from him.
Yes.
Yeah, but I remember that game where we could have won that league. Yeah, and we was playing away. I think it was away to Birmingham, and we lost that game. And he was sitting down in the middle of the park crying. Yeah. So that's my captain.
Gallas was a bit of a madman, you know.
Yeah, he was. He was a bit mad. He was a bit mad.
He said if we don't give him a pay rise, he will score own goals.
Yeah, that's proper gangster, isn't it?
My lord! Nah.
Yeah, and I thought I'd just bring this up because people will look at there's a lot of people that look at stats and everything. They'll look at it and go, well, there's really no difference between them, but it is about the eye. It is about the eye test. Yeah, it's definitely the eye test. I just hope that this guy proves me wrong and he can get us over the line, because one of the things with Arsenal, I know people keep saying we need leaders. It's not like to say that we've got our win percentage in terms of how many games. Listen, we've lost 1 game and drawn 2. Okay, but where it's going to really matter is those last 10 games. So you're going to need, as people are saying, you're going to need the likes of experienced players that can get you over the line, that can say, listen, I've been there. This is what you need to do. Because we've got a lot of young players in that side that have not ever won a title.
Yep.
All right, okay. So now you got Jesus in there. He's won a title, 4 titles as a matter of fact. Zinchenko 4 titles. Yeah. Now you got this Jorginho. I said I'm not. For me, it was like when I heard the sign, it was like it was like a come down. It's like
no, but he is a typical Italian norms where. When everyone's panicking, it's Jorginho telling the youngsters, listen, calm down. And he's got the ability, whilst he's got the ball at his feet, to tell you where he wants you to go. Like, and them little things there are listen, I'm not going to lie. As much as I have my problems with Georgie, I will miss that. And Arsenal probably need that right now if you're going to go for this title. So There's ups and downs. If you've got to trust Arteta to use him right.
If
he
uses him wrong, I think going for Caicedo and now you go get Enzo for 106 million, a British record. You go and get Jorginho for 12 million. It's just an underwhelming. It's just very underwhelming. You know what I mean?
Hear me out though, Norms. I feel like what the Arsenal were saying is we're not just going to go and spend 70 million on or plus. We're going to get what we feel like we need to get this title because we're in this position.
Yeah.
And then in the summer, you come back to the drawing board and assess the whole market properly and get a proper player in that can do the long-term stuff. Jorginho is going to be that guy that will get you across the line for this season. If it's on. And if it's not on, it's not a big loss.
Plus, he'll be a decent squad player as well, Norm.
I think so.
You know, like for your cup games and all that, you know.
Okay, well, so
where he wants to rotate, you know.
Yeah, so this is our squad, Arsenal squad depth now for 2022. So if you look there, you've got Ramsdale, Turner in goal. You look at on the left, so you can see what you can see what Arteta's got. He's got players that are going to be pretty much flexible, so playing in several positions.
Yeah.
So you've got White, Tomiyasu. White can play in that centre back role. Tomiyasu can play in that centre back role. Then you got the new Jacob Kier, who's going to play.
Don't be surprised if he plays him in midfield.
That's another thing. He can play as a defensive midfielder. Then on the left, you got Zinchenko, you got Tierney, and you got Tomiyasu. And Tomiyasu has played there before. You know, he played against Liverpool where we beat you guys at the Emirates 3-2. So he done quite well up against Mo Salah. And then you go further up the field. Zinchenko can play in that midfield position where Xhaka is as well. And then you move to the middle, Partey, Jorginho, El Nene. But El Nene now is out for the season. By the looks of it, he's having knee surgery. And then Odegaard, Vieira, Smith Rowe. Vieira for me is more of a central. I don't see him as an attacking right-sided midfielder. He's not strong enough and he's not quick enough. And he needs to definitely bulk up. Absolutely, definitely needs to bulk up. And he's got him playing further forward as well. Trossard, as you can see, he can play right across the front three. He can kick with both legs, feet, should I say, and you know what I mean? And he will score us goals. He will score us goals. So you've got Martinelli, Smith Rowe, Jesus, Nketiah, Trossard. And good news, there was stuff was shown. I think Jesus posted something on social media. He's now out on the field now. I don't know if he's kicking ball yet, but he's now out on the field of play. So hopefully in the next maybe 5-6 weeks, if not sooner, we might see him back in the side, which is really good news to see the braces, the actual braces off and everything now, and he's actually on a grass pitch. So that's really good news. So looking at that, guys, just quickly, do you think that squad depth, do you think what you see there going forward with us being 5 points clear of Man City with a game in hand, that game in hand will be Everton at home, yeah? Man City go to Spurs this weekend, Super Sunday. We play Everton away. Could be a tricky game because you've got the new manager bounce with Sean Dyche now taking over. Everton currently sit 19th at the moment. We're going there. We should beat them because we should have the 11 to beat them. But looking at that, do you think that squad depth there, as long as listen, we don't know. El Nene is out, so we're kind of back to square one because I know Arteta said he wanted to bolster the midfield area, but we're no better off because we've Lokonga go to Crystal Palace on loan under Patrick Vieira, so that's a really good move for him because at least Patrick Vieira can help him out and everything. So he's gone there. So looking at that, do you think that squad of players is good enough to win the Premier League?
I'm going to say you've come this far. You've come this far. I would say
yeah. I think so, no?
I think there's always room for improvement, but you're there right now.
Yeah. If you look at the cover, you can't knock the cover. Like starting 11 is starting 11, but if you look at what can come off the bench now,
and goal scoring,
and you have to remember as well, if you get Smith Rowe anywhere near the form that he was in,
last season. Yeah,
right. You know what I'm saying? Because he's been injured and all sorts. So if you get Smith Rowe anyway near, you brought in Jorginho. Yeah, man. Trossard. Listen, you're on two fronts now, Norm. That's it. FA Cup and oh no, you got Europa League as well.
Yeah.
There's a factor.
So the only thing we've got now is the Europa League and
the league.
Yeah, that's it.
So you're in two competitions. That should be more than enough, bro.
I mean, you haven't missed the goal scorer either. I'm not saying you haven't missed Jesus because he brings more than goals to the team, but you haven't missed goals. Eddie's held it down to this point. Obviously, it's a big ask to ask him to do that for the rest of the season because we're only halfway through, gents. Don't forget we're halfway through the season.
Yep, absolutely.
Big ask to ask him to do that alone, but Jesus should be coming back, and you've got Trossard that can do a job there now as well. So I would say you've got good cover. Hey, Norms, one more bit of good news. I know we're not moving on. Whilst we're on Arsenal, your boy Balogun is joint top scorer in the French league. He scored a hat-trick today.
I know. I saw. I think Craig put it in the chat.
Oh, someone put it in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's
yeah.
Good news if you can bring that.
Yeah, I think the thing about that, because obviously, as I said, we got 10 or 11 players to bring back. You know, the likes of Pepe. I don't see him staying with the thing. But Balogun, because we kind of got there was some fans getting a bit desperate to say
bring it back in Jan.
Jesus, how Nketiah going to come on and cut it? You know, there was even talk about could we get Balogun back, call him back from his loan spell. But I was saying leave him, let him continue doing what he's doing. He's doing really well. Now we've got two options. We either integrate him again back into the side. You know, we'll go on whatever the tour is and whatever. Or do we end up selling him and getting because he's come through the Arsenal ranks, and maybe get a 30 to 40 million. There was a number of clubs. I think back in 2020, he did sign a contract, but there was a couple of clubs, foreign clubs, that were looking at him and were willing to take him off our hands. And I think they're looking at anywhere between 15 and 20 mil. I think with what he's doing now. Yeah. You know, I mean, that can only bode well for him. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. Smith Rowe wants to hire a personal chef. Stop with the Nando's and other poor normal people food. That's from food.
Is he clapping the Nando's? No, but at least the Nando's is grilled chicken. You know, it's grilled. It's not fried chicken.
Nando's ain't too bad.
It's grilled, it's grilled chicken. Just don't eat the skin. You know that ones.
Yeah. You know what I mean? The skin. I'm not gonna lie, man. You know what I mean?
The crispy skin is nice,
just to say, Man United, Nottingham Forest still 0-0.
Yeah, I watched it. No, I got it on the tablet.
Yeah, so
keeping an eye on
so
it.
let me go to. There was one other thing. Oh yeah, just quickly before we're coming down now. So for the Arsenal fans that are in the chat. How would you rate your transfer window? Please spam the chat with your ratings. What do you think? I'm giving the Jorginho deal really kind of sort of pulled it down. So I'm going for an average. It's average 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. That's what I'm going for. 5 out of 10. I hope that Jorginho will come through for us and do the business. If this was a squad to go for top 4, I would say that's good enough, but it's not. We're going for the league and Europa. So, I hear that root cause. I hear that. Jesus fit at the end of the season, Eddie and no one.
You know what?
4 Trossard only good signing. So Trouble's giving a 4. Craig is giving a 4. Sorry. And root cause is giving a 5.
I think Georgie will come good. Remember, I said this, Arsenal fans. Remember, you can hold me to it. You can hold me to it.
We definitely will. We definitely will. I mean, I was talking when we signed Willian. I thought, oh, that's a good signing. My Dave said, Norms, you're going to get only one good game out of him. And I said, no way. It was one good game at the start of the season.
Yeah, I remember
it. Game at the end of the season. Yeah, he scored at the start of the season and at the end of the season. So, bro, we got another Chelsea man coming to our neck of the woods. Jorginho turns like a bus, got no legs.
He's right.
So yeah, he definitely ain't got no legs. But as I said, the players around him, are gonna help him out. Yeah, as I said, gotta have to help him out. He's fantastic with spraying the ball and doing all of that, but he's not good defensively, and that's the worry. That's the worry that I've got. So listen, we are gonna go to the last thing, and that's obviously our predictions for this week and game week 20. So if you want to go to, if you have got your apps with you, I can just read out the games to you. So okay, so D is gone with 2-0 to Brighton against Bournemouth. You've got Everton, Arsenal, Brentford, Southampton, Wolves, Liverpool, Manchester United, Crystal Palace, Brighton, Bournemouth. I say D's gone for that. Aston Villa, Leicester, Newcastle United, West Ham, and then on the Sunday you've got Nottingham Forest against Leeds and Tottenham against Man City. So, people, D's putting his predictions. What is that, D? You're going for?
Brighton 2, Jason Bournemouth 0.
Okay. Right.
I'm doing Chelsea Fulham.
You're going
Chelsea 3-1.
Wow,
Okay.
That's brave. Okay.
Okay, put that in our chat.
In Potter we trust is.
In Potter.
Kofi's very, very, very. That's a compliment, I guess. But wow.
Georgian party from Root Calls. Georgian party could work. Georgia and Shaka done out here, brethren. Yeah, definitely. As somebody said in the chat earlier on, they've got a pace of 50, a total pace of 50 between Granit Xhaka and Jorginho. Okay, so Kofi, you've gone with Chelsea 3, Fulham 1.
Yeah.
What are you going for, Ez?
I'm going Man United 2, Crystal Palace 0.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's appreciate that, bro.
Put that in the chat.
At the Trafford of old.
Yeah, that's right.
Chile, if you could also let us know what your score go for one of your games you're still watching, and put it in our chat. I'll send a little reminder out. I'm gonna go. Whoa. Should I go for my team?
Go on, man.
Go on now.
All right, I'm going Arsenal 3, Everton 1.
Okay. Don't forget you got Uncle Sean Dyche back at the there to park the
bus. Yeah, you have to break them mans down, you know.
What?
In theory. Well, in theory.
Anyway. He's only had a few days to work with them, man. Come on.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
And he just realized
I mean, they're terrible.
Yeah, they are. They're in bad place.
I'm going 3-1 Arsenal.
Sean Dyche before,
Dyche is one of those guys who likes to rough up teams.
No. Okay.
No, he hasn't. They sacked him just before Burnley were in the scrap.
Yeah, that's right. And he went down. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I reckon they had a better chance with him.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Going to be interesting then.
Yeah. Career calls that. Yeah. So he did. He was good. He was good. Apparently, he was good there. So I think Arteta with this sort of squad, he's looking for a squad that you got players that can play multiple positions. So which yes, sometimes it's good, but then there's other times where you just want players to play in that unique position and hold that down. But that's how Arteta wants. He wants players that are going to be flexible and be able to play in various positions there.
You know what, Norms? I was thinking of the same thing I thought about you guys, same thing I thought about us, right? That surely there's a CDM in the reserves that can come into the first team and learn from Partey and learn from Casemiro. But clearly not.
No.
That make no sense to me.
What we're doing with our academies? I don't know what we're doing in that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you just scratch your head with it.
It's a worry.
You scratch your head with it.
It's definitely a worry. But I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, as I say, Chelsea won't need to worry about that.
Chelsea, nice. But I just look at our teams and say, surely there's somebody say, you know what, the CDM in the under 21s is a bad boy.
Yeah.
Let him come in and train with Partey, train with Casemiro, and see what rubs off on this kid or whatever. But they just don't seem to be the case. And same with you, Kofi. Somebody that could have come in and learned off Milner and learned off Hendo.
Yeah, exactly.
And it tells you how poor the academies are as well.
Yeah. But these days,
there's no step up.
They're robots down there. They're robots. They're not footballers that come in instinct anymore. There's all these procedures and it's crazy.
Systems, isn't it? Just come and play the system. And if they can't play the system, there's no step up to the first team. Simple.
And then that ruins the development. You know, so it's a strange. That's why they're better off in Championship where they can play freely.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
And then you come up a different beast.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. But this weekend is going to be interesting. I hope that Arsenal can keep the pressure on. As I said, we played before Man City. They go away to Tottenham. They're players short now with Cancelo going to Bayern Munich. So yeah.
It's a big
listen. I mean, that's just what I don't know if Chile can verify this. I heard that Conte has to go into hospital. I think
that's right.
Was it something to do with ball bladders or something?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know the name for it.
Yeah, something. Yeah,
bladder.
Oh, right. Okay. Right. So does that mean he's going to be out of action then, or
he's on temporary like normal sickness, like as we would.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Someone's going to have to take. He said he's already had the operation, so.
Okay.
I don't think he'll be out for too long.
Okay.
It was a good one.
Yeah. Okay. But it'd be interesting with him not in the dugout to see how our Spurs play. You know that
it's gonna be on that phone.
You might actually see a 4 at the back.
Yeah. No, that would definitely be interesting. But yeah, looking forward to the games this weekend. And listen, I'm still riding that crest of a wave. As I said, the only thing is just a little bit underwhelming with the signings. When I say the signings, Jorginho, but hopefully he can prove me wrong by the end of the season. He will be the one to help us get over the line and get our long-awaited Premier League title. We've been waiting nearly 19, 20 years. So if we could get that, mate, I'll be so happy. But it is what it is. But guys in the chat, thank you for staying with us for so long. Thank you for your interaction with us. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and share if you're new. As I said, we're on the road to 300. And next week we go again. We'll see how we get on with the predictions. Big D's out in front with Chile chasing him. Ez not too far behind. Kofi in fourth. And myself sitting in the Europa League positions. But it is what it is. Only a few days be missing. Conte will be mobile. If he has the procedure done, it don't take too long. Okay, thanks for that, Dr. Junior. Appreciate that. But listen, guys, we're out of here. Please, as again, hit that like button, if I can say, subscribe and share if you're new. As I say, we will be back next week. God bless and take care.
All right, later, guys.
Later.
Yeah, man.